Oh, where do we start with our rant today?
It's Mamma Mia?
No, we don't rant on Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia is exquisitely wonderful.
We just sing.
We'll start with the Rams. The most pathetic football team I've ever seen in my life. I don't know whether it's just ineptitude on the players, horrific coaching, stupid play, gutless coaching decisions, overall disgraceful football. I think all of the above ranks in there. When the head coach refuses to go for a first down on 4th and inches in the fourth quarter from his own 30-yard line, or third quarter, doesn't matter what quarter when you're 2-8, go for it. Then you punt, and the guy returns the punt for a touchdown.
It's a process.
Yeah. Later, here's the process. Later, you don't go for it on 4th and 1, and as you're trying to punt, one of your morons jumps the snap count at home when you're punting.
I have not seen or felt that this was an undisciplined football team.
Well, then you better stop wearing blinders. This is the most undisciplined football team I've ever seen in my life. Then, 3rd and 9. We're not done here, class. 3rd and 9, and the Rams come out in the Wildcat formation with Steven Jackson as the quarterback and Sam Bradford flanked out wide. Think they got the first down? What would you guess? All together, class. No. So, in the spirit of the holiday Christmas season and Thanksgiving and New Year's, I suggest the Rams do the right thing. Commit schedule suicide. Cancel the rest of the season.
Schedule suicide.
We'll go back and look at it. But
forfeit the remainder of your games. Stop putting us through this pain, through this torture of having to watch this absolute ineptitude. And Steve Spagnuolo, do the nice thing and resign. Because you're going to get fired at the end of the year anyway, unless the Rams are really knuckleheads.
The only we didn't get today was the reward.
Yeah, you didn't get the reward. And neither did we, by the way. But we did get to watch some fun football. Denver and San Diego later on. When Tim Tebow did it again. Bringing his team back in the fourth quarter again. Doing it with leadership, with guts, with big plays. I know the Rams think all of that stuff is illegal, but it's not illegal. And the Rams ought to try it. And while they're at it, here's my suggestion for a new coach. Mike Leach, Mike Gundy, either one of them. A head coach is necessary to fill the job of, all together now, class, head coach. Not somebody else's coordinator, as you've tried so unsuccessfully twice in a row.
Come after me!
There you go, Coach Gundy. I like that. Whew. He doesn't read the newspapers either.
That's why I don't read the newspaper.
Thank you, Coach Gundy.
Smart man.
And Dominican,
I'm a man.
He's a man. Say that again, Coach.
I'm a man.
I'm a man. You're doggone right, he's a man. And those of us who are men would like to see him be the head coach of the Rams.
You're not a man, though. Aren't you a flower? Didn't you?
Well, I can be.
That's what I thought.
I'm the lily flower in this room.
Oh.
I'm simply the raindrop. I'm not the hurricane.
There you go.
A lily flower, if you will.
Lily flower.
So sweet.
Doesn't make me any less of a man.
A man flower.
Okay. And Dominican Sue, suspend him for the rest of the season. Dirty player, yes. Stupid, beyond stupid. He cost his team dearly on Thanksgiving Day, and those people who may have made a wager on the Lions, he cost them as well.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir.
It sure is, and I always point that out. Mizzou, Kansas. The rivalry is over? I hope not if you're a Missouri fan.
University of Missouri.
Because you get to beat Kansas every year and guarantee you one of your 6 wins that you need to get into some Mickey Mouse Bowl game.
Bob Alden.
Or Mike Alden. Kansas? You're upset because they're canceling? Why? You can't beat Missouri in football. You do it once every century.
I think we got a chance to be dynamite next year.
That's Coach Quinn Snyder, but that team didn't end up dynamite either. They, in fact, blew up. But how would you like to be Turner Gill, the Kansas football coach? He gets hired and gets a 5-year deal, $2 million a year. He gets fired 2 years into it. Do the math. All together, class. He walks away with $6 million. They're going to pay him for the next 3 years. I want that job. I want to be fired after 2 years. I want to have $6 million for doing nothing. Don't we all? Here's some other coaching jobs that are open. Illinois, Ron Zook, gone. UCLA, Rick Neuheisel. He should be gone. They lost to Southern Cal 50-0. Arizona State, Dennis Erickson, gone. The Penn State job is open. If Mike Leach is blackballed and doesn't get one of those jobs, shame on college football. LSU and Alabama, again? For the national championship?
Don't do it to us.
We here in St. Louis watch LSU and Alabama every week. We watch the Rams.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
We've been sleeping long enough.
We watch dull football every single week. We don't want dull football for the national championship. Hey, how about them Blues? A win yesterday, 2-1 in Columbus. Brian Elliott was the star of the game again, in goal. First time since 1938-39 season that a goaltender has started the season by allowing 2 or less goals in the season's first 11 starts. Way to go, Brian Elliott. Syracuse. You'd think Penn State showed you how to screw up so that you wouldn't do it. Same circumstances, child molestation accusations, same dumb administrators making stupid comments and doing stupid things.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, here's what they're doing. They fired the assistant coach who's accused without an investigation being completed. Mistake number 1. They have a basketball coach there who mouthed off at the accusers and said that they're just trying to get money. Now, after another accusation, he's now changing his tune and saying he apologizes if he offended any potential victims of abuse. What do you mean, if? If they truly are victims of abuse, you said all they wanted was money. By the way, Bernie Fine, the assistant coach in question here, has a wife named Laurie. Apparently she got in on the fun and actually had a conversation with the third accuser, and here's how that went.
Well, what did he want you to do? You can be honest with me. He wants you to grab him, but you never had any oral sex with him.
No.
No.
I think he would let him, but...
Oh, of course he would. I know everything that went on. You know, I know everything that went on with him. Bernie has issues. Maybe that he's not aware of, but he has issues. He trusted somebody he shouldn't have trusted.
Yeah.
Bernie is also in denial. I think that he did the things he did, but he somehow, through his own mental telepathy, has erased them out of his mind.
I think I'm the only one that's ever done that to?
No. I think that there might have been others, but it was very true. There was something about you.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I wonder why I was the worst
I don't
one.
know.
One time she told me about an instance where...
That was Laurie Fine, the assistant coach's wife, talking to one of the accusers, the latest accuser, who, by the way, reports are that she then slept with.
It's just so sad. It's disgusting.
Don't you love our society? Ohio State, hey, college sports is having a banner year. Ohio State, after being hit with probation for all the cheating that they did under Jim Tressel, last week reaches an agreement with Urban Meyer to hire him. They remain silent when the story breaks. Urban Meyer goes out and lies.
You liar!
Says there is no such deal. Says there's not even an agreement. There's no contract. There's no decision. There's no offer. And today, of course, it's announced that Urban Meyer will be the next Ohio State coach. Hasn't been officially announced with a news conference, but Urban Meyer asked to not work on Saturday for ESPN. College sports is as embarrassing as it gets, and I don't think it's going to get any better. And as Bob Costas so eloquently put it last night at halftime of the NBC telecast, with all of these knucklehead end zone celebrations, where are the coaches? These guys are getting penalties that hurt their team, and unfortunately in today's world of football, we have spineless coaches who refuse to discipline players, who refuse to cut them. I'd release them. You got a penalty for excessive celebration on my team, you're gone. You jump the snap count on a punt, you're gone. You jump the snap count at home, you're gone. You're Brandon Gibson, you keep dropping passes for the Rams, you're gone.
It seems a little crazy, but it would work.
It would work. So is the coaching staff, by the way, that decided to keep Brandon Gibson as an NFL receiver. They're gone. Everybody's gone.
Bye-bye.
But I had a great breakfast casserole today.
What does a breakfast casserole consist of?
Sausage, eggs, bread. Trying to think of what else.
Sounds like a brunch type of thing.
Oh, man.
Delish?
Whew. I'll have Tiffany give you the recipe.
I'd love that.
All right, that's the Marshall Wireless Rant. Your responses to the rant are welcome at 969-0590. Toll free 866-326-0590. That was a good one.
Could work.
A lot of stuff.
Lots of things going on in this world.
Lots of junk in the sports world.